Good morning, it's Thursday and I'm Charlotte Rose, and this morning I'm making up a rather, it's going to be hopefully a very stunning bouquet. We're coming into autumn now, but we're not quite there, so I didn't want this bouquet to be overly autumnal, but I wanted it to sort of just have that hint, so sort of that, what do you call it when you go, like an Indian summer feel? That's exactly what I'm going for, an Indian summer feel. So to start things off, I have got some Helene roses, which are in a sort of a red hot pinky orangey colour, kind of quite two-toned. So they're definitely in my theme of an Indian summer. And I'm going to start off with the rose, which they're a strong focal flower. And I'm going to go in with some leatherleaf and some eucalyptus. And I have stripped my stems of foliage from my tying point down, so as I come into the hand tied, it just makes everything a lot easier. And also these are going to be hand tied in water, but even if they were going to go into a vase, you wouldn't want any foliage below the tying point, because that will create bacteria when it's in the water, and then your flowers won't last as long. All right, so the most important thing when you are doing a hand tied is the key is foliage. You really want quite a lot of foliage, so whether that's foliage that you sort of scrunch yourself from your garden or actually gone out and bought, and mixed foliages as well, so not just sticking to just one. There's many types of foliage that you can bring into a bouquet. It really does add texture and interest. So as you can see, I've just added in one of these orange mini gerbras, which again, autumnal, but hot. Still not quite ready to give in to autumn yet. I've also got some Scarlet Star, very long stemmed, very tall. I'm going to give quite a wispy effect to the bouquet. I do tend to, I can slide stems into the bouquet, but at the bottom here, I would never cross it. I'd make sure that it's slotted into my spiral. Your stem should always spiral. You shouldn't have any crossing over of stems. Where you're tying here, it should feel neat. It shouldn't feel as if anything is going against that spiral. So I've also got here, look at these. This is the type of Eustoma or Lysianthus in that soft peachy green. Very lovely, very romantic. So that's going to bring in a different feel to the bouquet. Look how we're going in here. All right. Okay. Now, I also bought this morning some Hypericum or St John's wort, and you may say to yourself, "Well, St John's wort, I know that from somewhere," and you would, yeah. It's a herbal antidepressant that you can buy, but yes, this is St John's wort or Hypericum. And I just loved the fact that it was that soft peach colour, and I just thought against the Hypericum here and the hotter reds, that would be a lovely filler, but also bringing a bit of interest and a bit of a different texture, because they're very smooth. Right, more foliage. We always need more foliage. Never be shy of your foliage. Now, when I do a hand-tied bouquet, I'm constantly looking at it. So I'll hold it up, I'll hold it down. Let's have a look. Where am I going to place my next flower? So I'm going to go in again with another rose. There we are. Now, my brief with this bouquet is that it's going to be travelling a long way, so it needs to be able to stand up in the car. So it's going to be one of my hand-tied bouquets in water for sure. and the other brief was that I just wanted it to be full of lovely flowers, but not too over the top. So this is quite a high value bouquet. I think this one is 55, 60 pounds. So it's not going to be too huge, because obviously that's not going to transport so well, but it's going to be quite compact, but in the same way it's just going to be very, very full of you know, high grade, unusual, a bit different flowers. All right, so another sunflower gerbera, and I've wired my gerberas. All right, I always wire my gerberas because I don't trust them. I'm sure, you know, things have changed, and I'm sure like these days they've been sort of brought on to stand and not drop, but I just rather put a wire in them, and at least then I know that they're going to be standing to attention for the whole of the bouquet life. Now these, hi, you recognise these red hot pokers. Again, yeah, Indian summer coming into autumn. Let's do this, and just a bit, you know, a bit different. And I want my bouquets to be different. I want, you know, to have this unusual twist. I'm going to slide in here. You see, when I just did that, I just quickly took a glance, had a look, because these really want to, you know, play a part within the bouquet. I've spoken about this before, but I like every flower to have its own platform, to have its own stage, so it can really shine and show off its beauty. You know, and at the end of the day, if you're paying for flowers, you know, let every single stem that you're paying for, I want to say, hello, I'm here, I'm beautiful, I'm a Charlotte Rose bouquet. It's all coming together now. So I've got a gap here, so I'm going to start putting in a little bit more of the Eustoma, the Lisianthus. Now, I'm quite good at doing this. I can break bits off with my fingers, because these bits here I am going to use a bit later on. I will slot them into any gaps, but that's got quite a nice stem just on its own to come into the bouquet. So yeah, I think the Lisianthus is actually really bringing a softness to it, a feminine touch, because these, you know, when we go into Halloween and everything's very bold and very, you know, in your face with the oranges, but I think that softness of that Lisianthus is just giving this bouquet a real ladylike sort of elegance, should we say. Right, and I'm going to go in with my roses now. I've got two gerberas together here, not liking that, so I'm going to take one out. It's okay, you know, you're not going to get it right first time. You can, you know, this is not in Oasis. If you're working in Oasis, you know, you can't just take things out and put things back in, and because, yeah, you just damage the foam. But when you're doing a hand side, yeah, if you're not happy with where something is, whip it out. Place it somewhere else. It's all okay. Now at the end of this month, I'm really excited actually, I'm hosting a autumn workshop here. I have got to clear the garage out, which is going to be a bit of a mission, but I am very, very excited, and to have like my own, I'm going to convert the garage into my own little studio. So I'm going to have my own little play den, which, you know, once I've got through like all the, you know, the bikes with their chains off and boxes and other, well, you know what garages are like, worked my way through it and cleared it all, and yeah, got some workbenches and just really make it my own in there. And I'm hoping, you know, at weekends and things that people pop by and come and have a cup of coffee and see what's going on, and you know, just come come and hang out with some flowers, and you know, hopefully buy a few bits and bobs. But basically, yeah, just come and say hi. Come and see what I'm doing. I'm going off to a wedding consultation on Saturday, which is really exciting. Because yeah, I'm so keen to get back into doing bridal flowers and weddings and things. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to going in to meet this lovely couple and talk about their wedding flowers. I really like this, people. I'm just, look, isn't that lovely? And the weather is a bit crap outside, and this is just making me smile. That colour combination is, yep, I'm liking that a lot. So I'm gonna have a little look. I'm holding it down. I'm making sure that I'm happy with how everything is all spaced out. I'm gonna look up at it. Am I really happy? Are things at the right height? Is every single flower getting its little stage? Nothing is lost? I don't think so. I'm loving the Scarlet Star coming out like this. I do think it makes a really gorgeous effect. Can you see how lovely that colour combination is? Yeah, really into that. Right, so I'm going to tie this off. I always use my tooth. Always use my tooth. It's like an extra pair of hands, isn't it? Right, so tying point, exactly where my hand is. We go around once, we go around twice, we lay down on my work counter, and then we tie off. I need some scissors. Get some scissors. Some floristry scissors here. And then this bouquet is going into one of my sort of sagey green gift bags. So we need to have a little think how high we're going to cut the stems. So yeah, so have a look at your bag or your gift box or whatever, or your hat box or whatever you're going to be putting your bouquet in. Vase. And make sure that, yeah, you want to cut your stems slightly shorter than the height of your container or vase. All right. And we cut flowers at an angle, all right, an angle, to increase the surface area for which the flowers can take water up. All right, you want to give your flowers as much chance as possible, and we don't want to leave flowers out of water for too long once we've cut the stems. When we cut a stem, it's like when we cut ourselves. I know I repeat myself, I'm sorry. But when we cut ourselves, you know, our bodies immediately try and start healing. And that's exactly what happens with flowers. So these, we don't want to leave, you know, oh, let's go and have a cup of tea or whatever. No, these need to go pretty soon straight into water. All right, look at that. Right. My staple gift wrap is brown paper, using very minimal cellophane these days. Like, if I could get away with using none, I would. So yeah, gonna get my brown paper. I buy craft paper in A2 sheets. So take a couple, and I go diagonal corners and across to make 2 triangles. Diagonal corners and across. I think, you know, I wasn't going to talk about it, but obviously things are just so tough out there at the moment. So I'm sort of buying little and often, so to make sure that flowers are as fresh as they possibly can be for people that are ordering bouquets. There's, you know, you can't hide from it. You know, prices are going up, and yeah. I don't know, it's I think it'd be very easy to feel a bit disheartened, you know. I'm not just talking about, you know, if you're a florist or if you're selling like a luxury, you know, at the end of the day, you know, flowers are not staples, are they? They're luxury goods. Well, I'm not just talking about that. I just think, you know, actually just everyday life at the moment, you know, just getting up and just, you know, it's be easy just to say, oh, you know, you just want to go, oh, sod it or whatever. But I'm like, no, I'm really determined. I'm like, no, just put one foot in front of the other. Everyone's in the same boat. You know, work as a team, get through this. You know, it will be all right. But yeah, it's, you know, it is tough. But I'm not going to be disheartened. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, just buying little and often, sharing with you like my enthusiasm for what I do. And you know, my theory is you get out what you put in. So, and I'm putting in. So if we can just do that, put one foot in front of the other, every day as it comes, then we will get through and out the other side. And you know what? Flowers, I know, luxury item, but I think we all are going to need we all need lifts. We all need a little bit of something, a little bit of, you know, but things are going to be okay. And I think with flowers and nature in general, it sort of gives you that, you know, that things are continually growing, moving forward. You know, things, you know, will just keep, you know, happening, growing, continuing, you know, upwards, you know. So I think just to lift the spirits, a lovely bouquet. Look at that. Look. Oh, that's so nice. So yeah, so here we go. Now, I'm just going to get my cellophane bottom. I'm only using one sheet of cellophane. In the olden days, I would have used two. But I'm just, you know, by making sure that all my thorns are off my roses, that there are no sharp edges, I can get away with one piece of cellophane. And this is where I'm going to be making my water bomb at the bottom. And I tie it, everything gets tied at the same point. Alright? Just tie. Obviously there is still space for people to join me on my autumn wreath workshop, and so if you'd like to come, please do message me. It would be lovely to have you here. There we go. Right, pop it in the bag. Right, okay, and then I'm going to top up the flowers with water, and you go down into the bouquet, but obviously you want to keep an eye on how full you're filling. You want to fill it all the way up to the tying point. I also put a flower food in the water, so make sure that everything has a really good drink. All right. So yeah, I'm just having a little peek down here. They take more water than you think, actually. So I'm going to top that up with water. I hope you all have a wonderful Thursday, and I will post some pictures of this beauty once I've finished. All right, well, you have a good day, and yeah, if you want to join me for wreath making, PM me. All right, take care now. Bye.